We were talking with Ray Searage yesterday, and he mentioned you're going to be doing a little something different this spring. He said basically, he looked at the video last year, you had almost 2 deliveries.
Sure.
And this year they're going to try to simplify, maybe unify that whole thing. What's that process going to be like? How are you approaching it?
I definitely know it's going to be one step at a time. Yesterday was kind of a groundbreaking day where we actually did a little bit of work together. Mm-hmm. We had spoke at the end of the season last year about maybe trying to work hard this offseason and make a little bit of a change. Mm-hmm. I have that big turn in my windup, whereas when I come to the stretch, I don't really have any turn at all. It's just a lift in my leg and a go. And getting inconsistent with one of them was leading to me to get inconsistent with both of them. So we've tried to really refine some things and just keep my delivery from the windup over the rubber and continue the same thing with runners on. So there will be some tweaks in there. We're not quite anywhere near where we need to be yet, of course, but there will be some tweaks in there. The turn won't be as extravagant. We'll just like I said yesterday, was the first day of groundbreaking, so I don't know a whole lot more than what I'm sharing right now. But I just needed something to be a little bit different, and anything that we could do to be a little bit more consistent, and anything Ray sees or Ray could suggest, you're always going to be open ears.
He had 2 different deliveries. One was out of the wind-up where he had a spin move over his front leg, and then out of the stretch move where he just cocked his knee to the left side of his body. So what we want to do is try to have the wind-up similar to what the stretch is, or basically the stretch should be an abbreviated wind-up.
Yeah.
So this way you're repeating the same motion that you usually do out of the wind-up, obviously with nobody on. You want to make sure that you get that consistency out of the wind-up as you do when you go out of the stretch. So he had 2 different deliveries, and they were tough for him, especially the wind-up, for him to get going, because all the parts, there's so many different moving parts that needed to be right on time in order to get him to be consistent. Now we'll see if this is going to work. I believe it will, and we got some good feedback from him today that he feels more comfortable. He could see his target better, and he could feel the load. Whereas before, when he had the spin move, he would get on top of his back leg. But what I want him to do is get into his back leg, so it's a load. All right, as opposed to just a spin on top of it and then come out. Then the glove will come out, and then even though the catcher's sitting still, he's got to cover out of the spin almost 90 feet to home plate, right? In that scan, and then execute a pitch. Whereas the stretch, he doesn't. So we just want to try to help him make it simple as possible. Our favorite thing is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Stupid being me, the coach, in order to help him to be the best he can.
I think really the biggest thing for me is it's just going to help me just be more consistent. Can't stress enough that. We're, like I said, we're just getting into talking about some stuff, and I know this camp's only almost a week long. It's not the whole time, but I'll be down here until the end of spring training and have an opportunity to see Ray a couple times a week maybe, and just get a little bit of that extra work out of the way, but. It'll be an adjustment, that's for sure. I think yesterday when we were just going over a few things, I think the muscle memory and the repetition that you have from trying to master this turn in your delivery sneaks back in because you're so used to it. I would say you're not relearning anything new, but you're just trying to break this old habit. And old habits sometimes are very hard to break.